'06 to make it all look Chinese. But it was American people doing that. But now it's aged 100 years, so it's like a movie set almost. It's gorgeous. Anyway, I went to school in Uphill. I met these Chinese families that literally took me underground. They showed me the plague tunnels. That's where the opium dens are. And my name is Carl Crew, and they call me Klala Clue. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm Klala Clue. And I actually called them up after all these years. They call me the Barnum, Burbank, Blvd. I've done freak shows for years and years. And we reinvented ourselves, and we went all ancient Chinese secret.
Yes,
when you get there, you wander through the back alleys of Chinatown.
Right. It was more of a circus thing than kind of a pirate thing. Actually,
pirate thing was pre-circus.
Right.
Yeah.
A House of a Thousand Corpses. That design with the colors of red and yellow stripes, apparently inspired by the CIA.
Well, the art director came over and hung out with us for a few months, before he did that. And
right.
So they brought the body of Fa Choi down. Fa Choi was a magician for underground opium dens in 1914 in San Francisco. Now he's embalmed with pure mercury.
Right.
And he looks good and terrible.
Right.
Yeah, but he's got a grill. He got a grill, baby. Yeah,
nice.
And they check. Believe me, they come back every few months. Okay, all there. You're like, I'm going to steal a Chinese dead. Yeah, anyway. And I love the family. They're like family.
Of course.
So, he had a monkey for an assistant in the opium dens, and the monkey outlived him by 10 years.
Wow.
When the monkey passed, they stuffed him, and I am getting the monkey to sit right next to him.
Nice.
Wow. Cool. And he has a fake hand. He chopped his own hand off in an opium den magic show. Guess a little osmosis was going on, yeah. Wow. So they put this fake hand on him, and all the fake skin fell off. It's 2000. Right. It's 1914, yeah, or 1914, yeah. That's right.
I've opened for jazz singers like at Hop Sings. You remember Hop Sings?
Oh, I remember.
Del Rey? And like the audience would be, they'd clap like this, hey, well, man, but. I can't figure out being in an opium den.
Oh yeah, you kill him. Yeah.
Where are you from? Where are you from?
Not big laughers.
I by the way, a few years back, I was actually in centerfold in Guns and Ammo. They had me there holding my sawed off. It was real nice.
Well, interesting because I remember when I had you on the show, Carl was like, I can't believe that's the Joey Gaynor. That's the Joey Gaynor. Now. He was impressive because I guess you told him some Andy Kaufman stories.
Oh, Andy was my, of all the mentors, of all the guys I knew, Andy was the only guy who would say to me, he would call my house, and my mom at the time would answer the phone. I lived with my mom a long time because I took care of her. My mom was always
Now, did you meet him at the Comedy Store?
I would be working at the Comedy Store and drive from Whittier back and forth. I mean, I'm not going to have 2 apartments and pay all this money.
No, I understand. But did you meet Andy Kaufman at the Comedy Store?
Yeah, I met Andy at the Improv, actually.
Improv, okay.
And then I got to know him at the Comedy Store with the wrestling women and everything. But he'd call my house, and my mom would answer the phone. Now, Andy, if you went up to Andy and you started doing one of his characters, he'd walk away from you.
Right.
You could not do Latka or anything. He'd walk away.
Right.
He calls up. And he says, it's Andy Kaufman, I want to speak to Joey. And my mom goes, oh, Andy Kaufman. And she goes, Tippy-ta. And I could hear him on the other side of the phone go right into Latka.
Oh, so he did that for her.
And they're both going back and forth with this gibberish.
Oh, that's so cool.
And then she's talking to him, and New York, and I live here, but I'm from Jersey, and blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, I like it over there. Oh, yeah, blah, blah. Oh, I love when you do this thing and when you do Elvis. And then she goes, oh, Andy wants to talk to you. I'm like, oh, great. I'm standing there. Is it for me? Oh. Yeah. So he would call me up from time to time and go, what are you doing? Nothing right now. Good. Get in the car. Come and meet me at Pioneer Chicken on Sunset. Or meet me over here. Meet me there. One day we went and wrestled women.
How was that?
That was great. What do you mean? I lost. Oh. What more do you want?
Was that in front of a crowd or just at his house?
No, just at this apartment. He went up to this apartment. There were these 2 girls there. They were both they were both gorgeous and they were in great shape. And he goes, okay, you're going to wrestle that one. And I'm like, I am? And the next thing I know, I'm pinned down and whatever. And there was no sex. That's what was wild. But there should.
But there was arousal.
Yeah. But anyway, I did a lot of different things with him. When Bob Smuda broke his arm, I was refereeing for Andy at the store. And
I think I've seen the clip of you because I remember I saw a clip. And it's like, that's not Smuda refereeing.
No,
it must have been you.
Me. And what was crazy was in the main room, he was going to wrestle. And he would come out and start with, you women should be home, maybe cooking a little meal for your man. You shouldn't have jobs. And right to the throat. And I mean, women, after the first week, the women that started showing up were not like yourself. I mean, they were like ready to kill somebody. They were wearing combat boots. These were big girls. And they really and Andy we'd have to pick the women for him to wrestle, and we'd make sure it wasn't somebody that wanted to really kill the guy.
Right.
Because they were, I mean, I refereed for him one night, and yeah, I cheated. I felt that he deserved the win. And a bottle whistled past my fucking
wow.
A beer bottle.
Wow.
And I hear a woman go, oh, fuck, I missed. You motherfucker. And I'm like, all right. So we would get the hell out of there, you know. And the best was I'd say to him, boy, they want to kill you. And he'd just be going, oh, great. And the thing was, people love to hate him.
Yeah.
And what a lot of people don't understand is if you get the audience to hate you, that's no good. They got to love to hate you.
Right.
It's like wrestling. It is wrestling.
Yeah.
If you are a heel in wrestling, and I have been a heel manager,
right,
and the bigger the heel I was that night, the interfere in the match, give the guy brass knuckle, whatever, and they booed me and threw shit and want to kill me, you come out of the place, and there's all these kids lined up to get my autograph. Oh, you were great, man. We loved it. You gave the guy the brass knuckles. You just were booing me. No, people go to wrestling to see the bad guy lose. They don't go to see the good guy.
Right.
They go to see the bad guys. And Andy was from, I'm going to be a bad guy and make you like me.
Right.
And it took me a while to learn how to do that. But when I finally learned the secret, he kind of taught me the secret of how to do that.
That's great.
And it's you know, I mean, I'm happy to be doing a lot of stuff. I was sick for 3 years, so
wow.
I'm happy to be back doing everything.
Well, we're glad to have you back.
Oh, so am I.
And let me tell you something. And where's the time go? Let me tell you something. We haven't even. I'm telling. It's almost. It's
wait a minute. You know,
54 seconds because we haven't talked about the other. Oh, you have a question?
Well, no, I want to say we did Bigfoot wrestling at my place.
Oh.
Yeah, they set up the whole main room was one wrestling ring.
Yeah.
It was broadcast on Twitch.
Oh,
and
wow.
All these superheroes would wrestle Bigfoot. It was insane.
They had a Bigfoot.
Yeah. Oh. Not a real one. But
no, but a guy.
Yeah, it was,
I would have loved that.
Oh, you would have loved it. You would have loved it.
Okay.
I identify with that trying to be my friend Lana. Lana Lloyd, she was the glitter goddess of the Sunset Strip, and she married Alice Cooper for a week. Okay, and you know,
that qualifies.
Yeah. So anyway, she used to do all the extra work for all these shows, and she would call me up. She was like, we're gonna go on the show. You know, you're gonna make money, and you pretend to be my. So we went on Moral Court. And I went on as her neighbor who lived in a condo right next to her. And I was complaining, I was suing her because I have children here and she's coming out here showing her breasts. You know, what am I doing? These are kids, you know? And the whole thing was like, all the audience were her friends and they didn't know we were friends. And I'm like, if I wanted to see udders, I'd go to a zoo, you know? Oh. And I lost $1,000 with that one, you know?
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Oh, yeah. But afterwards, all the people wanted to kill me. They said, no, that's my friend. She also got me on another show when I went on. It's like Hollywood, you just go on and, you had this horrible divorce, and I was on there with Cece DeVille and these other people. And I'm like, it was in Vegas and it was like horrible. And then the lady who was on there, a guest psychologist, she was going to give me free. Because I really believe me, it's hilarious.
By the way, Hannah made her Cece DeVille face, but
I don't like that guy.
Yeah, but
he actually became a Christian. Yeah, he came to my club one time. And he was scared to death.
Well, wait a second. Now, how about your fans from Blood Diner and The Secret Life of Jeffrey Dahmer?
What do you mean?
You must have. You have a cult fan base from those movies.
I thought I used Underarm.
No, but I mean, especially Blood Diner is one where you're ostensibly the villain, but you're so goofy, you're so likable, And,
Well,
Jeffrey Dahmer, it's so.
The first movie I ever got on was I had done 17 years of repertory theater. I grew up in a repertory theater group in San Francisco. 17 years since I was a kid, and then I started taking classes to gear towards film. And I moved down here, and I had collected cars. I had a Cadillac limo, a 60 Cadillac limo, which was pink. And a 61 Cadillac limo, and blah, blah, blah. They rented the cars for me to get on a movie. So I go down to this movie. It was called Modern Girls. It was being shot downtown.
I've seen the videos.
I was the doorman. There's the doorman.
Right.
And like I'm driving down, and like I had a Pontiac Chieftain convertible. I'm driving, and it's hot. My hair's standing straight up. I get a suntan. I go, there's the doorman. But get him in a suit. I'm like, okay. And so, but I knew about schmoozing. So when I was on the set, I schmoozed around and found the director, and I found the casting director, creepy casting director.
Right.
And he called me. And he said, they're doing this, reading this for this role, and no one can get it because they want him to be retarded. And everyone is reading for it, and they're saying no. And so he took me up on Sunday night to Hollywood, the Hills, and for Jimmy Maslin and Jackie Kong. And I go in there, and I said, you know what, I'm not going to play retarded, okay? I mean, I don't want you, whatever. And I said, I'm just going to do it animated and slow.
Right.
And so I did it, and then 3 days later they sent it to a restaurant in New York, and they called me back, you got the role. And I'm like, ah! So that was it.
So have you had any of the weird interactions with fans? Strange ones?
Oh, many. Well, see, I run the CIA, California. Right. So I get all kinds of crazy calls all the time.
Right.
I'm collecting for my book like letters, and people send me, the aliens have come, and they're in my living room, and blah, 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 and I get it all the time. But, I mean, I do have people that approach me, especially with the Dahmer film. I'm calling from Florida, and I just want to say... And I'm like, what? Okay, well, click. Because they like the movie so much. But
right. Which film is the Dahmer film? I've seen a couple of them.
Jeffrey Dahmer, The Secret Life. We were the first people to come out. I literally wrote it from police.
Did you play Dahmer?
Yeah. I wrote it from police.
I saw this movie.